on there, guys? We back with another one, and today we got to talk about Coach Prime and them Colorado Buffaloes again, man. Now, Coach Prime, he addressed a lot of things this week, but a couple of things where it was a reporter who was saying that they felt someone else was a better candidate than Coach Prime for Colorado vacancy, and also you had people saying he's doing the nepotism thing, playing Shedeur Sanders. Now, obviously, when you have a son that's really good, there may be some nepotism in play, but Shedeur has earned the right to play for Coach Prime. I mean, you think about him at Jackson State, who's going to be the QB over him. You think about Colorado's success last year or lack thereof, and you have a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders, who was 4-star in high school, had high major offers, and the whole nine. He comes in with the resume he has. I mean, who do you want to be the quarterback, right? So, but there's always going to be that thing, right? That gray area where they feel like Prime is playing favorites. And to Prime's point, you know, he bent shallow in the championship game due to some things, right? So you got that. He also had Urban Meyer, who needs no introduction with what he's done for college football, giving Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes all the praise in the world. Let's check out what Coach Prime had to say, and I'll be back with more commentary. Let's peep.
Hey, Coach Brian Howard from
What's going on? Got a little controversy, huh? How's that feel?
It's fine.
Okay. You're in my shoes every now and then. I like y'all to be in my shoes every now and then. I like to see how y'all feel. Yeah. Know how I feel every day. Is it pleasant?
What's that?
Is it pleasant?
Not ideal.
Okay.
But it's fine.
I welcome it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
There you go.
Pat Mooney, Boulder Daily Camera. Coach, obviously you're set with Shedeur and quarterback. Behind him, how has the
You can't say it like that. Obviously, you're set with Shedeur. Well, who do you want me to play?
No, I mean behind him.
The kid is pretty good. You can't present the thing like that. Obviously, you're set. You know how that sounds? That didn't sound good.
Anoint him to...
No, it didn't. You gotta package that thing a little different. You know, it's like I'm playing favorites because he's my son. You know, I'm the same guy who benched my son in the championship game for being 5 minutes late in Charlotte. So it's not like we're set with Shedeur. I think he's earned the right to be the guy behind the center.
Fair enough.
That's why I'm set with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've always loved Deion Sanders. I respect him. We get along. I called him up. I was out west. We have you the first 2 games. He was more than gracious to have me out there. The most underrated people, obviously you got your players, the most underrated people in football are the assistant coaches. And he's hired really good coaches. I went to the meetings, I watched them practice. They have, I believe, 70 new players. So I call this thing the grand experiment. And I'm telling you, Colin, I mean, that was not what I expected. I thought we'd see, I didn't know what to expect, but I saw a very good team. I saw talented players. His son's an excellent quarterback. They got Travis Hunter is one of the, I looked at Prime and I said, man, I've had one of those I called Percy Harvin. I just pushed him to the side. You don't need to practice him much longer. He's that good.
So, yeah, man, I just wanted to share that because Coach Prime is going to be dealing with this all year, despite whichever way his season go. If they're too good, then he cheated. He went about it. That's not what the game about. If he loses, it's like, well, you can't cheat the game. You can't come in and just take players and put talent on the roster and expect to win. So initially, you're going to see backlash from either way. And obviously, it's due to just his presentation and his pigmentation. Oh, I like that. His presentation and his pigmentation. They all is one and the same that people don't like. But, man, Coach Prime is really revolutionizing the game if you're looking at it. What he was able to do at Jackson State, and then now taking the players over to the high major with him. And it's not just Shedeur and it's not just Travis Hunter that came with him. People forget that. There's other players that came that will play prominent roles on the team. But it's crazy that Coach Prime's had to go through this. You've had one of the board of trustees that voted against him being the coach. Then, you've been having little stuff happening showing that some people really not feeling Prime being there for whatever reason. But the people that's important wanted him there, and they know he can turn around the program. I always say this in every video. He's taking just as much of a risk here because he's expected to have the same turnaround rate that he had at Jackson State. And what was that? He got to the championship, the black championship game between North Carolina Central and Jackson State. He made it to that level, and they're expecting him to get into the play off in college, in what they call it, the college football playoff. They're expecting him to do that here. And I ain't talking about in 5 years either. In about 2 years, they going to want an appearance. So he has this pressure, and he's been facing a lot of criticism due to the quick turnaround of the roster and telling the kids to find somewhere to transfer. But he's on the clock the moment he walked in, and it's a business. It is what it is. And I'm glad kids get paid now because it's always been a business. NCAA has been looked at as college sports, right? But when coaches is making millions of dollars, it's a professional sport. Point blank, period. So I'm glad these top kids and really all the kids get to make money off their name, image, and likeness according to, their value as it's perceived in marketing dollars and sales. So, yeah, man, I'm looking at this and Coach Prime, but what's catching my attention is nothing is going unnoticed. He could have ignored this story by this beat writer, or this reporter. I don't want to call him beat writer. I don't know exactly what he do, but he's he preferred another candidate. A lot of people not feeling it because Colorado has hope. It feels like in a few years they'll have the players of like the Alabamas, the LSUs, and all of these top programs, the Texas, Georgia. I can't leave Georgia out because they've been winning lately. Georgia, all of the top programs in America, right? That's basically what I'm saying. It feels like Colorado's going to get a lot of those guys from a lot of those teams that they would normally get. And so it's unpopular to say that you wanted anybody else as a coach. And Coach Prime is like, man, I'm hearing everything. Say you got a little controversy this week. I deal with it all the time. That's pretty much how he was coming at it. And then you got people still saying, he's going to play Shedeur. And I think some people is speaking to the fact that, like, he won't recruit a quarterback while his son is there. And obviously not. He came over because of this, to have this opportunity to change it as father and son, change the program around. Now, Shedeur has a lot to prove for sure with the speed of the game, the type of athletes he's going to face on the day-to-day after, being down in level. But, hey, if he come and do his thing, what is people going to be able to say? I don't know, man. And Urban Meyer is saying, don't take this team lightly. They are ballers, and he looks forward to them really competing this year. Now, I think personally 500 or better would be a great season because of the turnaround, but I think most people is looking at them to win 8, 9, 10 games this year. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.